I cannot stand at this global tribune without denouncing once again the fact that for 60 years now, Cuba is suffering from an asphyxiating economic blockade designed to depress its income and living standards, to promote a continued scarcity of food, medicines and other basic inputs, and to damage its development potential. That is the nature and those are the objectives of the economic coercion and the great pressure applied by the United States government against Cuba in violation of international law and the UN Charter. Cuba has not implemented a single measure or action aimed at damaging the United States, or its economic sector, or its trade, or social fabric. Cuba has not engaged in any action threatening the United States' independence, harming their sovereign rights, interfering in its internal affairs, or affecting the well-being of its people. The United States' behavior is absolutely unilateral and unjustified. The Cuban people is resisting and overcoming isolation day after day creatively against this merciless economic warfare, which since 2019, in the midst of the COVID pandemic, was opportunistically escalated to an extreme, cruel and inhumane dimension. The effects are brutal. The United States government is pressuring entities for them not to provide the oxygen of medicine which are needed in Cuba to face the pandemic. Our Cuban scientists created vaccines and developed the ventilators which were needed to save the country and which we put at the disposal of other countries of the world as well. With surgical and vicious precision, they calculated both in Washington and Florida how to inflict the greatest possible damage to Cuban families.